Hello class, in this video you're going to learn how to take a screenshot on your Raspberry Pi. If you're using your Raspberry Pi as an everyday computer or you're using a Raspberry Pi to complete this course, chances are that you're going to be taking screenshots very frequently, especially because most of the assignments require that you take a screenshot of your terminal to prove the completion of the question. To take a screenshot of Raspbian, we use the command scrud. For instance, if I want to take a screenshot of my screen right now, I will type scrud and press enter. And this will give me a screenshot of my screen and place it on my home directory, as you can see over here. You can also press print screen on your keyboard and it will do the exact same thing. As you can see, I just press print screen on my keyboard and I got a second screenshot. Let's do it one more time with the file manager open. There you go. However, this is not the only way that you can take a screenshot. Unfortunately, there is no graphical tool that comes installed by default to take screenshots, like there is, for example, on your Ubuntu virtual machine. However, you can always install third-party tools to get the job done. In this video, we're going to do that as well. However, before we continue, there's a couple of things that I would like to mention. The scrud command takes a couple of options as well that will increase the way the command works, and it will give more functionality to it. For instance, if I want to take a screenshot of only the active window, I can pass the option -s, which is only going to take a screenshot of the terminal, since that is the active window right now. As you can see over here, it took a screenshot of my terminal. I can also schedule a screenshot or delay a screenshot. For instance, if I want to delay a screenshot for 3 seconds, I can do scrud -d and number 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to take a screenshot in 3 seconds, as you can see over here. As you did in your virtual machine, let's install a third-party tool to take a screenshot. In this case, we're going to install Flameshot. If you're using a Raspberry Pi 3 or 3B Plus or the Raspberry Pi 4 1GB model, I don't suggest using Flameshot because it's going to be quite heavy. However, for the 2GB version and the 4GB version, Flameshot will be quite fine. To install Flameshot, we're going to do sudo apt install Flameshot. Once Flameshot has been installed, you can go in the menu over here, graphics, and click on Flameshot. And you will be able to take screenshots graphically the same way that you do on your Ubuntu machine. Now, there is something else that I would like to mention here, and that is that in Raspbian, if you want to create custom keyboard shortcuts, for instance, instead of me launching scrud when I press print screen, I would like to launch Flameshot. It is not as simple to do as it is in, for instance, GNOME or in Ubuntu, how we did it in the previous video. In this one, you're required to write a couple of configuration lines in the configuration file. The particular configuration file that you need to modify in order to create a custom shortcut or modify an existing shortcut is the following. It is located in your etc directory inside xdg, openbox, lxde, pyrc.xml. This file over here, I'm going to open this file in my graphical text editor, Genie. Since we haven't covered command line text editor yet, I'm going to limit this video to using graphical text editors. As you can see over here, this configuration file contains your shortcuts. If I want to replace the scrud with Flameshot, I can find the particular keyboard combination and replace it. Now let's take a look at how that's done. Before we edit the configuration file, it is always a good idea to create a backup of the configuration file. If you want to create a backup of this file, let's clear the screen, you can run the following command. Sudo, since the file that we are configuring is inside the etc directory, which is a directory where only root can write to, and we're going to do cp for copy, and we're going to type the absolute path of the lxde pyrc.xml file. That will be etc xdg open box lxde pyrc.xml, and we're going to do the exact same thing one more time. Etc xdg open box lxde pyrc.xml, but we are going to add another file extension to this one, .bak. This is going to create a backup copy of our configuration file, and now we can safely edit the original configuration file knowing that we have a backup that we can revert to. I will open my configuration file one more time in Genie. In this case, we're going to open it with root privileges so that we can edit and save the file. Inside Genie, I'm going to locate the open tag keyboard. So I'm going to do search, find, and I'm going to do keyboard. Let's click on next, close, right over here. Press enter, and right in this space is that we're going to type our custom keyboard layout if you were to add a new one. If you want to modify an existing one, all you have to do is find the command and replace it. In this case, let's first learn how we can replace an existing command for a different one, keeping the same keyboard shortcut. So I would like to replace the scrud with Flameshot. So I can go back in here, find, and do scrud. Let's go previous. There you go, right there. So as you can see, this over here is the keyboard, the key binding tag that creates this shortcut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the scrud with Flameshot space GUI. I'm going to save the file, and I can close this now. In the terminal, I'm going to reload the configuration file by typing open box lxde reconfigure and press enter. Now, if you press the print screen on your keyboard, the program that runs is Flameshot instead of scrud. I'm going to close that. What happens when you want to create a custom keyboard shortcut? For instance, I want to be able to launch Chromium from my keyboard with a shortcut instead of actually having to look for the application. Let's go in here and let's find out what is the name of the program that launches Chromium. Let's go to Properties, Desktop Entry, and this command over here is the one that launches Chromium. So I'm going to keep this window open on the side, and I'm going to open my configuration file one more time. You can use the arrow key on your keyboard as we did in the classroom to navigate your bash history. I'm going to look for search, find, and we're going to look for the beginning of the keyboard tag. So we're going to do keyboard, and we're going to press next. Find, and we're going to close it, and right here, this is the beginning of the tag. So right over here, we're going to type the following. Let me increase the font. I'm going to go to View and Show Sidebar so that we can have better real estate. I'm going to enter a new keybind tag, so that will be key bind space key equals to, And here we are going to put the keyboard combo that is going to launch the application. In my case, I want to launch my application by pressing Control key, Alt key, and letter W. So that will be C for Control, minus A for Alt, minus W for letter W. We're going to close the tag. Notice that Genie auto closes your XML tag, so I'm going to press enter over here. We'll press enter one more time. Go to the empty space in the middle, and I'm going to type the following tag: action, name equals to execute. This is what I want the configuration file to do once the keyboard is pressed. Execute. I'm going to close the tag. Notice how the action tag is automatically closed. I will press enter once, press enter again, move with my arrow key up to the empty space, press the tab key once, and here I'm going to type a command tag. Command and close. Genie auto closes the command tag, and in between I will write the command that I want to execute once Ctrl Alt and letter W is pressed on the keyboard. I will copy this and I will paste it right over here. Notice again, we type keybind, action name, the command, action tab is closed, and the keybind tag is closed. Now we can save, we can close the configuration file, and now we're going to reload the settings one more time. If you press now Ctrl, Alt, and letter W, give it a second, or two, or three, and here is Chromium open. Because this is a little annoying, and it's a lot of remembering, I decided to write a small script that will automate this task, or that at least will simplify creating shortcuts. I have a lot of shortcut saves on my normal configuration. I have a shortcuts to open the Python interpreter, a shortcuts to open Firefox, one to open Chromium, and one to open the file manager. I have a lot of application saves that I use shortcuts to open. So because of that, every time I install Raspbian, it is a pain to be copying and pasting or to be retyping all of this. So this is the reason why the script was created. If you want to download this script, you can use wget and download it from my server, https robertalberto.com/ks for keyboard shortcut creator .sh. Press enter, and here is the script right over here. I'm gonna open the script with Genie to show it to you real quick. This is how the script looks. It consists of a couple of functions, and that's about it. I'm gonna clear my screen, and I will reset back my default keyboard shortcuts configuration by first removing the current configuration. I can do sudo, since I'm working on the etc directory, remove etc xdg open box lxdpy.rc.xml. Once this file is removed, I am going to rename the backup file using the mv command. This is the backup file. I will rename it to its original name, etc xdg open box lxde.xml. The mv command will look for the original file, look for this file over here, which is the backup file, and it will rename it to this file over here, its original name. Let's press enter. And let's do the reconfigure command one more time. Let's use the bash history to go to the command, press enter. Now if you type print screen, you will notice that scrud is back again to be our default screen capture tool. And if I press Ctrl Alt and W, Chromium will not open. I will clear my screen and I'm going to run the keyboard shortcut script. First of all, I'm going to change the permission on the screen. So I'm going to do chmod for changing mode, and I will do user plus execute to give execute permission to the script. KSC and press enter. Now I can run my script by just doing period / KS creator, sorry. It gave us an error. One of the functions on the script is to verifies, well, an if statement on the script, sorry, verifies that you need to that this script is run as root. If you don't run this script with root permissions, it shows the following message: error, must be run as root. Remember that in order for us to create custom keyboards, we need to modify a file that is inside the exit directory, which only root can actually read and write to. So now we're gonna run the script one more time with sudo period / KS creator. Press enter. We have another error. No parameters given. Use -h for help. Okay, then they pass the h option for help. That needs to be fixed. It's supposed to be just an h without the minus. Press enter. This is a help menu. It says this script is used for adding custom keyboard shortcuts to Raspbian. This script must be run as root. H displays this message. R is used for replacing a shortcut. A for adding a shortcut. There is a typo over here that I need to fix. K displays key names. So let's do K, for example. This is the names of the keys. The Alt key is represented by the A. The print screen key is represented by print. The home key is represented by home with a capital H. I need to fix that over there as well. Print screen, and I apologize. This is a script that I wrote very recently, and I'm still working and perfecting it, so please be mindful. And if you would like to ship in and modify the code, please go ahead. Let's clear the screen one more time. And now we're gonna display the help menu one more time. And the first thing that I would like to do, I would like to replace a shortcut. I would like to replace a scrud for Flameshot. So I'm gonna run it with the R option, and I'm gonna press enter. Enter the old command to replace. The old command is scrud, and the new command will be Flameshot GUI. Enter. Done. If now I do print screen, you're gonna notice that Flameshot is back to being my default screen capture tool, or the screenshot tool. I would like to also add a command. For instance, I want to add again my Chromium launcher command, keyboard shortcut. So I'm going to use option A for the screenshot, and I'm going to press enter. Enter the keyboard combination. That will be letter C minus letter A minus letter W for Control, Alt, and W. Press enter. Enter a command. The command we have right over here, which will be Chromium browser %, and capital U. Let's press enter. Apologies. And the keyboard shortcut has been created. If I do Control, Alt, and letter W, there's probably a typo here. Yep, there is a typo. So let's edit this. Let's use the R option to edit it, and let's type the exact same thing. CHROMIUM browser %U. Enter the new command to replace it, and I'm gonna just copy and paste. Copy and paste. You can also do it by right clicking on the terminal here as well. Just wanted to show you that option. And press, yeah, I missed the space. I missed the space. And press enter. Chromium browser without the space has been replaced with Chromium browser with the space. Now let's do Control Alt and W, and voila. If you guys have any question, you can also reach out to me on Discord. Send me an email if you have any feedback. The email for submitting any feedback will be on the description of this video. Apologies. And a link for downloading this script is also going to be in the description as well. I see you in class and have a great spring break.